These 3 tips are so incredibly powerful, you just can't deny it. If you want to be a good watercolor artist and you really want to paint some good paintings, you have to go through these. Not these. This is sent to me by the company Plein Art, an Indian company. I'll tell you about this as we go on. But first, let me see what's in this envelope because I haven't opened it yet. What is this? Maybe some sample paper. Yeah. Anyways, we'll talk about this later on. So point number 1 is the 3 main watercolor brushwork, A, B and C, where we have flat wash, gradient wash and dry brushing. By the way, these are the deckled edge and looks pretty cool to me. And this is totally handmade. Wow, this is nice. By the way, the founder of this company is Shruti, who happens to be a good friend of mine and one awesome entrepreneur. So this is how it should be. I'll give you examples of each of the washes. So we have 3 washes, right? One is flat. The first one is flat. We don't want any gradation or anything, just flat. Number 2 is gradation. Finally, we have dry brushing. So if you can achieve these 3 washes, you are good to go. Practice this all day and night. Trust me, you will level up your game 100% in the shortest amount of time. But before we move on to the second trick, I'll give you examples of these 3 washes at work. How have I used all these in all my watercolor paintings all these years? As you can see, the gradation, flat, dry. Flat, gradation, flat, dry. Flat, gradation, dry. Flat, slight gradation, flat, dry. Then again, gradation, dry in the water as well. Gradation, flat, dry. So it's basically in all of my paintings. In short, there is no escape. You have to learn these. Trick number 2, you need to choose a bigger brush than normally what you are comfortable with. Like if you're going with 6, try to use number 10. Like for these washes, I could have used a bigger brush like this, and this will bring more maturity to your paintings. So let me give you an example. Now if you're trying to fill a big space with smaller brush, there is a problem. The same thing I'll do it with my bigger brush. Not the biggest one, but the medium one. There is a hell of a difference, guys. This is not what we want. This is what we are looking for. A small brush will create a patchy artwork. Always remember. Let me give you an example. If you are trying to paint a character, a subject, you have to do all this work. You are kind of busy filling that big space with a tiny brush. It's like struggling, not expressing. However, with a bigger brush, all this happens very quickly, efficiently, and with a lot of feel to it. It will be hard to digest for you guys, but it's so true that we are so lost, so caught in making it look alike. We forgot that it's about self-expression, not exact replica. It's about pouring your own emotions into that blank canvas. And all this happens when you choose the right brush, a bigger one. Finally, point number 3 is the most important one. You have to sketch it before you paint it. And I guarantee you, this will step up your painting 10 times. No joke guys, this has tremendously improved my work, and I really want to convey this message to everyone. Take a break and sketch. Yes, I know all you want to do is paint because that releases more dopamine than sketching, but sketching will give your paintings backbone. This is a ritual to me. I cannot go forward without sketching a thumbnail, and the basics of sketching a thumbnail is deciding the frame, whether it's vertical or horizon. Depends on your taste and preference. I follow 3 main steps while sketching a thumbnail. Number 1, I decide the frame. I take the horizon, and from there I decide the vanishing point and draw these straight lines to create depth. Then I look for the bigger shapes, like the buildings and all, the bigger shapes. Then I decide the cars, the people. Then I decide the values. The background is usually lighter than the foreground. This gives an illusion of depth. So this is a very basic way of sketching before you paint. But actually I want to add one more point number 4, which is take a break from painting and do some sketching. Try painting these. Try these different types of washes. Alright folks, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the tips, and don't forget to practice more. By the way, as I said before, this is sent to me by the company called Plein Arts, and I'm yet to unbox and explore these in the future videos. I'll give you my thoughts on these pretty soon. Alright folks, that's all for now. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.